Sports Television Network brings you Kansas City Royals baseball. Royals center fielder David DeJesus out for a few games with a foot injury, back in the starting lineup tonight as the Royals take on the National League Central Division leading St. Louis Cardinals. It's the middle game of a three-game interleague series from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. And along with Royals Hall of Fame pitcher Paul Splittorff, I'm Bob Davis. Welcome into Royals baseball. Game one of the series last night went to the Redbirds 7-6. They had 4 runs in the first inning on John Mabry's grand slam home run. The Royals battled back all night but couldn't catch him.
Yeah, tough to catch him when you give Mark Mulder and the St. Louis Cardinals a 4-run bulge when this ball game starts. But the Royals played hard for 9 innings, made it close, came up a run short. See if you can get off to a better start here tonight.
Well, let's look at the ball game tonight. If you'd ask baseball fans, I think anywhere around the country, they would be familiar with the respective first baseman in this ball game. Mike Sweeney for the Royals and Albert Pujols, Fort Osage High graduate for the Cardinals. Does he hit the ball hard every time up?
Well, he has in the series so far, and we see him do it against everybody else. I mean, these are centerpiece-type players on any team, wherever they'd go. And you look at the I-70 sluggers and Albert Pujols since 2001. How about a .333 batting average and 171 home runs during that time? The top 5 in the majors, the 539 RBI. I mean, nobody's gotten off to a start like he is that is not a Hall of Famer. So Pujols, terrific in the number 3 hitter for the St. Louis Cardinals, and one of the things that makes him tough, you talk about the power, Bob, and hitting it hard. Yeah, more to center field, more to left field, but he can also cover right field and with power, so that's part of the problem. He gets plate coverage and power all over the field, and the Royals, well, they have one of the best sluggers in the game as well since 2000. How about Sweeney? 365 average in clutch situations with runners on in scoring position, and the 10th highest batting average, the .315 in the major leagues during that time. And right now, a 14-game hitting streak. And Sweeney, chart looks almost identical. Again, a line drive hitter all over the ballpark, great plate coverage, good balance at the plate, and a good 2-strike hitter. These guys don't strike out much.
And both those guys were productive in last night's ball game. Well, let's look at the pitching matchup tonight. Contrasting records, certainly. Jose Lima still looking for that first victory, moved up a day in the rotation. Matt Morris for the Redbirds.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing. Go ahead and move him up. He's had trouble with command and only 59 pitches his last time out. You take a look at the familiar foes. These guys have matched up before. Of course, Lima spending a lot of time over in the National League. Matt Morris, up until this year, had been the ace of the Cardinal staff, a guy that they leaned on heavily. And Lima was the opening day starter for the Royals this year, so you would declare him the ace coming into the start of the season. He's one of the few veterans in the rotation right now. Royals need to have a good ball game out of him today. He's given up a lot of runs recently. In fact, he's given up 5 runs in each of his last 4 starts. So, you know, he's really struggled, but had that great win against the Cardinals last year. Maybe the most important series that he's ever pitched in.
Well, I'm sure that game is on his mind and also on the mind of the St. Louis Cardinal hitters. Matt Morris on the mound for the Redbirds, so it's a big ball game coming up, the middle game of the 3-game series, as the Royals will try to even the set at a game apiece. Emil Brown had a great catch in right field last night. He'll hit 5th tonight for the Kansas City Royals. Royals and Cardinals coming up next right here from Kauffman Stadium from RSTN. Were victorious last night in a high-scoring affair, 7-6. So game 2 with the wrap-up game here tomorrow afternoon. Let's check out Tony La Russa's lineup for the Cardinals tonight, brought to you by Harlem Globetrotters Summer Youth Basketball Camp, coming to Kansas City June 6th through the 10th. Visit harlemglobetrotters.com. David Eckstein, good table setter, had 2 hits here last night. He leads off. Larry Walker again, the DH. Pujols at first. Edmonds in center. Mark Grudzalani at second base. Reggie Sanders gets the start in left field. Last night's slugging start, John Mabry is the right fielder. He had 3 hits, including a grand slam last night. Abraham Nunez at third. Yadier Molina will be the Cardinal catcher and bat ninth. Crowd still filing in here. It'll be a big crowd tonight for Royals and the St. Louis Cardinals. Meeting down at home plate right now, hitting coach Hal McRae, former Royal Hall of Famer, represents the Cardinals out there with the Royals interim manager Bob Schaefer.
And those guys were side by side in the Royals uniform there for several years. When Hal was the manager of the Royals, Bob Schaefer was his bench coach. In fact, Schaefer had a lot of input into the things that Hal ended up doing as a manager, not only here in Kansas City, but also when he went on to Tampa Bay. So Schaefer really important to Mac really important to Bob Schaefer as well.
Well, the lineup cards have been exchanged, and now the Royals take the field here this evening. Royals out there, and Lima will be the pitcher. Let's go around the horn and see how the Royals stack up defensively. Around the horn brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horn.
The Royals have really played well defensively recently. 8 consecutive games now without an error. They'll line up with Terrence Long in left field. David DeJesus back in the lineup. He's back out in center, still bothered by that bone bruise on his left foot, but able to play tonight. Emil Brown plays right field. Mike Sweeney's at first base. The middle infielders are Ruben Gotay, Angel Baroa. Tian is the Royals' third baseman this evening, and they'll go with the backup catcher, Alberto Castillo. Good to see DeJesus back in the lineup. We say familiar number 2 hitter right now. He's been the number 2 hitter since Bob Schaefer took over. Angel Baroa now the leadoff man.
And on the mound, Jose Lima, lifetime 1-5 contest against the Cardinals, and he's 0-3 this year for the Royals. Maybe he is due for something good to happen.
Well, the 21 walks given up and the 59 base hits allowed in just over 46 innings pitched. That works out to about 15.5 base runners on average per 9 innings. A reasonable number would be 12 to 13, somewhere in there. So Lima needs to find a way to stay out of trouble. He's been in all kinds of jams so far this year, and we've talked about it and documented it before. Early runs and big innings at some point during the ball game. So those are 2 things he'll want to avoid here tonight.
And hopefully have some success keeping the ball in the yard, and getting into the yard is what a number of fans are trying to do right now, as you see the backlog of traffic making their way into the sports complex. So the crowd in attendance will grow as this ball game gets underway. And Lima completing his warm-up tosses. Lima making his 10th start. And you saw the 0-3, and well, Tony La Russa and the Cardinals will remember the shutout performance, postseason play a year ago, and Lima blanked the Redbirds as a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So he was moved up a day, and normally he would have been pitching tomorrow on the 5-day rotation. But with 2 Royal starters on the DL, Lima not throwing all that many pitches his last time out. He's in there tonight. Well, let's see how it goes in the top of the first inning. David Eckstein, who started the game with a base hit here last night, will lead off. He is 0 for 5 lifetime against Lima. And the game begins with a called strike. Eckstein, Larry Walker, Albert Pujols here in the top of the first.
Lima wants to be aggressive in the strike zone early on here tonight. Talking to Alberto Castillo, wants to establish his fastball. Also establish inside part of the plate. Try to get it in on the hands of hitters. Last night, the Cardinals against Greinke, very good out over the plate, 2 away.
And a ground ball, gloved by Tian. And tonight, Eckstein starts the ball game with a ground out. So out number 1 in the books. Tian playing shallow, made a good pickup.
Well, Eckstein is always a threat to bunt, so Tian is really forced to play in at the cut of the grass right there. So a lot better chance for the ball to get by him either left or right, but fortunately that one hit right to him. Got caught in between hops a little bit, but nice soft hands, able to make the play.
81 degrees as the game unfolds, so not a bad night to work for these pitchers. And here is a call strike to the veteran Larry Walker, who again this evening is the Cardinals' designated hitter. Larry Walker last night was 1 for 4, a double. And those are his career numbers against Lima. Has 3 hits and 15 at bats, but one of the hits a home run. 2 balls and a strike. Walker in at 262 on the year, 3-time National League batting champ and former MVP while a member of the Colorado Rockies.
Split time last year with the Colorado Rockies, finishing up in St. Louis. 44 games for the Cardinals last year.
Now Walker just kind of stood there and let that ball hit him, and he'll go to first base. Hit by a pitch. So the Cardinals have the first base runner.
Well, Lima is a 3-pitch guy. Fastball, straight, changeup. He'll also occasionally go with a slider. He likes to ride the fastball. 4-seam fastball. He'll usually try to cut it in on the hands of the left-hand hitter, keep it away from the righties. The circle changeup is a pitch that he uses quite a bit. That's usually his best pitch. He has to work that off the fastball. Occasionally he'll work in a split finger pitch as well for a changeup.
So now runner at first, 1 out for the dangerous Albert Pujols. And in for a strike. A look at the pitcher's grips, brought to you by the DeLusso Deli Company. No other name says quality like DeLusso Deli products. Available at Hy-Vee, the exclusive grocer of RSTN. 1-1 to Albert Pujols with Larry Walker at first. Pujols, big night here last night. 3 out of 5, including a double. He's hit in his last 4 games.
Cardinals have 3 big boppers in the middle of their lineup normally. Albert Pujols, Scott Rowland, currently on the disabled list, along with Jim Edmonds, who's back in there tonight. So they're missing 1/3 of that core. 3 guys hit better than 30 home runs last year for the Cardinals. It's never happened in St. Louis before.
And a little tap, foul down at home plate. And the count moves on to 1-2. Well, they've got Reggie Sanders in there tonight, who plays a great deal of the time, but not every game. He's got 10 home runs. And Mabry, not a lot of homers, just 3, but a big one last night.
Sanders certainly capable of the 30 home run mark. He had 22 with the Redbirds a season ago, 31 the year before that.
1 on, 1 out. We're just underway here in the top of the first. Way high to Pujols, ball 2.
Walker not much of a threat to run at first base. In fact, they haven't even tried him on a straight steal yet this year.
Modest lead so far by Walker. And it's a full count to Pujols, who in the past is 5 for 13 against Lima with 1 of the 5 hits, a home run for Tony La Russa.
Tony La Russa likes the aggressive style, so I think you look for Walker to run right here. Pujols a power hitter, but also a good contact hitter. Struck out only 17 times all year. One of the tougher strikeouts in the National League for a power hitter.
There goes Walker, and there goes a fly ball to shallow left. And who's going to get there? Angel Baroa does. Nice play with his back to the infield. As Baroa made the catch, I'm not sure Long could arrive in time. He was playing deep, of course, for Pujols, so that's a nice catch by Angel Baroa.
And I'm not sure that Terrence Long got a great jump right there. This is getting dangerous territory for a shortstop. You know that you're getting deep into that outfield, and your range puts you in an area where you could have a collision. Got to have good communication right there. Angel never even looked anxious like he might be running into Terrence Long's territory. Good running grab.
Now call strike to Edmonds. Runner Walker was running on that pitch, so he had to return to first base. Now 2 out for Edmonds, who, 7 for 21 against Lima. And call strike, 0-2 to Edmonds. Edmonds, a 1 for 4 game last night. The 1 hit was a double. And he has a little 4-game hitting streak going. And they worked him low and away, but Edmonds didn't bite. Lima and Castillo, the battery here tonight. They are well familiar with each other. They've played together in the Dominican.
Some of his best ball games this year have been handled by Castillo behind the plate.
Sweeney, the first baseman tonight, and Larry Walker, the base runner. Barely missed as Castillo freezes with the catch, but they don't get the call. It's 2-2.
Lima, a veteran, has had a number of occasions like this where he's gone on 3 days rest. He's been pretty successful.
Popped up on the infield. Who's going to catch it? Third baseman Tian makes the catch right in front of Baroa. So the inning is over. A couple of pop-ups and a ground out. Cardinals nothing. Royals coming up. Foods bring on the flavor. Available at Hy-Vee, the exclusive grocer of RSTN. Baroa leads it off. De Jesus back in the lineup in center. Sweeney at first, Stairs the DH. Emil Brown in right, Long in left, Tian at third, Alberto Castillo behind the plate, and Ruben Gotay, second baseman, will bat in the 9th spot. Big game last night for Emil Brown. He's swinging a hot bat. Let's see what the Royals can do here as they battle an outstanding veteran pitcher in Matt Morris, and on the first pitch, how about a base hit for Baroa? He rips one to left field. Baroa now a 7-game hitting streak. The Royals quickly get a base runner.
Angel Baroa has always been an aggressive first ball fastball hitter. That's exactly what he got from Morris. Morris trying to sink it at the knees. Was off to a good start offensively. Angel Baroa, a base hit on the first pitch of the night from Matt Morris.
Matt Morris, 30-year-old right-hander, 6'5", 220. And that's going to be a balk. He got hung up out there on the mound, and the Royals get a break. They'll move the base runner over to second. That looked a little different, didn't it?
Cardinals got to be concerned that their guy doesn't get hurt right there. Now, he caught a spike as he took his stride on forward. Now, normally pitchers are going to work that dirt area in their landing area. He tends to work out of a little hole. You want to dig it a little bit, try to smooth it out, widen it out a little bit so your spikes don't catch.
Well, the Royals see Baroa advance into second. And now a ball hit to the right side nicely by DeJesus. They get the out, but David advances the base runner. Baroa at third with one gone. Royals a chance here to grab an early lead. DeJesus gets some high fives after hitting the ball to the right side.
Last night was the first time in 9 ball games that the Royals have not led at one point or another. Cardinals jumped out early. Royals couldn't catch them. See if they can get the lead back here tonight.
We talked in our opening comments about Sweeney's success in recent years with runners in scoring position. Royals as a team hitting .342 with runners in scoring position over the last 9 games. Sweeney an RBI chance right now as he takes a strike. Mike, a 14-game hitting streak into this game, 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles here last night. And a lifetime against Matt Morris, 4 out of 13, including a home run. Morris has been awfully tough, as you can test by those numbers, pitching against the Royals. 1-1 to Sweeney. Morris has spent his whole big league career with the Cardinals. He came up in '97, 15-game winner last year. Back in 2001, he had a great campaign, 22-8.
And he finished 3rd in the league in the Cy Young Award balloting that year. Matt Morris opened this year on the disabled list. He was coming back from shoulder surgery at the end of last year.
Ground ball to third, and play is at first for the out. A run comes in to score. RBI number 33 for Sweeney on the ground ball to third. Let's go around the horn with the Cardinals, brought to you by Dodge. Grab live by the horn.
Well, we've just seen Abraham Nunez, their young third baseman, filling in for Scott Rowland. David Eckstein is their shortstop, the former Anaheim Angel. Mark Grudzielanek is the second base alongside Albert Pujols. Yadier Molina is their young catcher. Their outfield has Reggie Sanders in left field, Chet Edmonds in center. Don Mabry is the right fielder again tonight for St. Louis.
Well, the Royals have something they did not enjoy last night, a lead. They were behind from the very first inning last night and got it back to 7-6, and time ran out. Here's Matt Stairs, 2 out, nobody on, and a little flare to shallow right, and it's going to be caught out there on a nice play by Grudzielanek to retire the side. Royals get a run, a base hit, and a balk, and a couple of ground balls. 1-0 as Lima heads back to the mound for inning number 2. Redbirds. Now the Cardinals will bat in inning number 2. Mark Grudzielanek will bat, followed by Reggie Sanders, then John Mabry. Grudzielanek hitless in 4 tries last night. A nice addition to this ball club, and that was a good defensive play made to grab that little popper by Matt Stairs to end the bottom of the first.
Grudzielanek 5th in the National League in batting average at .338 average. Hit better than .300 with the Cubs a season ago. Pretty good bat for a middle infielder.
His hitting coach, Al McRae, watching him. Grudzielanek, yet another outstanding major league player who has his original roots with the Montreal Expos. Waved at and missed. Lima threw a 90-mile-an-hour delivery right there to even the count.
And every one of the Cardinal hitters so far tonight has seen a fastball inside part of the plate early on.
Full count.
Castillo saying he wanted to do that in the early innings with Lima. He thought when Zach Greinke started doing that last night in the ball game that he started to have more success. He wanted Lima starting out in the very first inning, doing it here this evening.
Little number back to Lima. And he fires it over to Sweeney for the out. But don't miss your chance to team up with Royals Charities in the fight against breast cancer. You can donate $5 and receive a limited edition pink Royals bracelet. The bracelet's only available here at the Kauffman Stadium team stores. So come on out this weekend and hopefully tomorrow and get your very own pink Royals bracelet. Ruben Gotay modeling the pink bracelet. He handles duties at second base for the home team. And here's the strike thrown to Reggie Sanders. Sanders hit a couple of home runs against Lima, 5 for 16 in their past matchups, and he's hit by a pitch. Second Cardinal batter hit here in the first couple of innings. Lima threw that one at 91 miles an hour, and he nailed Reggie Sanders. And Tony La Russa is going to go out and talk to the third base umpire, Jerry Davis.
Well, Tony La Russa is probably going to try to get a warning right here. Bob Schaefer ready to go up and visit about it if he needs to. He's on the top step of the Royals dugout. You see Castillo set up on the inside corner right there. He wants a strike. Got ahead of Reggie Sanders. I don't think there's any question of Lima trying to establish inside with his fastball here tonight.
Well, he hit Walker in the first inning, but Walker didn't move at all.
Well, he almost hit him on the first two pitches. I mean, 3 pitches right in a row. Trying to get him at the letters right there. I tried to get him tied up. Now the first 2 pitches right before that, right there in about that same area. Now this is really the last thing you want right now is the umpires in there with Lima. Lima really focused on this ball game tonight. A guy who is really struggling. He understands the importance of his performance overall to this ball club. If I'm Lima, I tell the umpires, hey, get back to your position. I'm pitching my ball game. I got a plan what I'm going to try to do tonight. I'm sorry I hit those first 2 guys. It was not intentional. And you guys, any of you in your right mind, no, it's not intentional. I'm out here to win a ball game. I'm 0-3. I got a 7 3/4 earned run average. I've really let my ball club down this year. I'm not out to put guys on base. I've done too much of that already this year. You're veteran guys. You've been around. Let's play ball. You know, you think you look for Matt Morris to brush somebody the next half inning. You know, and that kind of goes with the territory.
Well, we'll see what transpires now. Next batter will be the guy that had 3 hits last night, including a grand slam home run. Right fielder John Mabry. Well, he carries with him a .353 average. His home run last night was his 3rd of the year. 3 for 5 in the game. 5 runs batted in. And strike 1 to count. 1 on, 1 out here. Royals got a first inning run to grab an early 1-0 lead. Sanders is going. And there'll be no throw. That's a ball, 1-1. Sanders stealing his 4th base in 5 tries.
Well, Sanders had 21 steals last year. In fact, he's already had 4 seasons in his career where he's had 20 or more home runs and 20 or more stolen bases. So he's kind of one of those speed power combinations that you hate to play against.
And they throw it inside again, and Mabry jackknifes out of the way, and now Mabry's hot. Staring out at Lima, and the home plate umpire, Doug Eddings, gets in front of the batter.
Well, Lima's staying with his game plan right here. He wanted to establish inside with his fastball. Right after the conversation at the mound, the first one was a strike inside corner.
And here comes La Russa out of the Cardinal dugout, and Bob Schaefer out of the Royals dugout. And now one umpire with each manager and the other umpire with the pitcher.
You know, Bob Schaefer just hands up right here. Hey, wait a minute. We got a guy trying to pitch. Now, right there, you got La Russa. His guys are getting backed up. He's had a couple of them hit. He's got to stand up for his people. Umpires are in a tough situation right here. Want to defuse an incident. We're here right in the top of the 2nd inning. It's only the middle game of the 3-game set. Both managers trying to do their job to their team's favor. And the umpires got to try to keep things calm here tonight.
Who says conversation's a lost art? We had several conversations right there.
And both those managers know how to work umpires.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Tony La Russa, he's been around a long time. You know, Bob Schaefer doesn't have as much managerial experience, but he's been in the game equally as long. Let's get the fans fired up anyhow.
2 balls and a strike to Mabry. And in on his hands, and he fouls it off. So apparently a warning has been issued now by the umpires. Here's the home plate umpire, Doug Eddings, issuing that official warning. He pointed to both dugouts and the pitcher. 2-2 pitch.
Well, you can still pitch inside.
Well, the Royals fans wanted that call.
You can still pitch inside, but again, it comes back to that umpire. Is their intent to try to hit somebody? Lima trying to go backdoor and fading off the plate outside. Mabry's got a good eye.
Full count. Struck him out. 2 gone in the inning. First strikeout for Lima.
Key for Lima is that he got ahead in the count. If you get ahead in the count, occasionally you get a guy to chase a bad pitch. If the hitter has a favorable count, you rarely get him to chase.
So 2 gone, a man still at second. Here is the third baseman, Abraham Nunez. And off the dish, ball 1. Nunez 1 for 4 in last night's game, a .299 average as he's filling in for the all-star third baseman Scott Rowland. He's been hot the last couple of weeks. Little flare, Baroa there to receive it, and the inning is over. Well, a hit batter for the second inning row, and kind of an exciting inning, but still a 1-0 Royals lead. Morris back to the mound. Now both benches have been worn. Matt Morris has been able to participate in this inside stuff so far.
And that makes it tough on St. Louis. He visited with home plate umpire Doug Eddings before he went to the mound to say, okay, exactly what was the warning and what's my position right now? What am I allowed to do? How are you going to rule on this? I want to be around in this ball game for a long time. I'm on a first-place ball club. We're looking to win a division title again and get into postseason play. Just put the rules out right now so everybody's clear on where we stand. Good way to handle it.
Emil Brown's the batter, and he checked in time. It's 1-1. But Tony La Russa went out early on, and you speculated he was asking for warnings. And how does his pitcher feel about that as Brown hits one to third and he's thrown out by Nunez? Your manager goes out. He said, well, hey, you ought to throw out a warning. Well, Matt Morris says, wait a minute, I haven't pitched yet.
Yeah, Tony La Russa usually gets on the field pretty quick. He has a history of everywhere he's managed. If there's any kind of question, he's going to expect his pitchers to do kind of the same type thing. I really always thought you're better off just letting the players handle it. Managers really don't need to be on the field.
And there is ball 1 thrown to Terrence Long. Did you ever tell Whitey that?
Didn't have to tell Whitey anything. Whitey knew what was going on. He was terrific.
Ball and a strike now. Terrence Long 1 out of 4 in last night's game. A .207 average on the year. He's never faced Matt Morris. Boy, hit that ball like a rocket, but well foul. Nice to have you with us tonight on RSTN. Another reminder, if you'd like to advertise with us, contact David Lazo at 816-504-4044. And a little looper to the left side. Nunez with time to get over there and make the catch in foul territory. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Royals with an early 1-0 lead.
Scott Rowland among the best third basemen in all of baseball. Nunez has been terrific in this series.
Well, mark your calendar for a great post-game concert coming up next month here at the ballpark. Gospel Music's Album of the Year award winner Chris Tomlin performing after the game Saturday, June 4th, after the Royals play the Rangers. Get your tickets for the game and the Chris Tomlin concert Saturday, June 4th. Call 816-504-4476 for special group discount information. Here's the rookie third baseman Mark Tien. 2 out, nobody on, and an 0-2 count on Mark.
Matt Morris is one of the quickest workers in all of baseball. Royals don't want him getting in too good a groove. Step out, slow him down if you need to.
He's like Burley and Halladay, a couple of American League guys, isn't he? Gets that ball and goes to work.
And Liam is working quickly tonight. I think Liam is working quicker tonight than any of the first 9 starts we've seen of him this year.
When he hasn't been interrupted for conversation. Fought off. Still 0-2 to Mark Tien, who's batting .246 for the Royals. Hitless in 4 tries here last night. And a drive to right by Tien. Down the line it goes, and it is off the wall out there. And it's a home run. It's a home run. It was touched apparently by a fan, and that is Mark Tien's first Major League homer. And the Royals now lead 2-0 on Tien's first big league round tripper. Boy, he was down in the cab, but he pulled it right down the line.
Well, he saw 3 consecutive pitches inside part of the plate, and I think on this last one, the way he opens up, he is looking for another pitch inside. That is the swing and miss on an earlier pitch. That was swinging strike 2. So Morris goes inside, maybe went inside once too often, and digs one out of there and just cleared the railing in right field.
Now one hopper to Grudzolanek, and Alberto Castillo is out number 3. But the Royals get A solo home run from their rookie third baseman, Mark Teahan, here in the second inning. And we head to the top of the third with the Royals on top, 2-0. And we head into the top of the third here at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals on top, 2-0. Mark Teahan's first major league home run, giving the Royals their second run and their second hit. And we go to the third. We're going to talk a little Missouri tourism for a half inning or so. Our friend John Robinson, the director of tourism for the state of Missouri, been driving around the state. How's everything going?
Actually, things are going well. I was in St. Louis this afternoon, but it's good to be here right now, Bob.
This is the place to be tonight.
It is the place to be. This is electric, I tell you what.
Well, we've had some discussions early on in the game. I'm sure they're
Little
talking
rhubarb.
about travel spots around the state of Missouri. As
No
Lima
doubt.
works here to the Cardinals, it'll be Yadier Molina, then the top of the order, David Eckstein and Larry Walker. 2-0 Royals. Tell us some of the goings-on right now in the Show Me State.
Well, I tell you what, right now we're doing a promotion called Missouri's Great Escape, and we're giving away 5 vacations around the state.
And to the left side and on through, a seeing eye base hit by Molina, and the first hit of the night for the Cardinals. Teahan made a heck of an effort going to his left, but couldn't quite plank it down.
Teahan, terrific range to his left in the headlong dive right there. He's playing tight at third base. You're always wondering about that leadoff guy. Is he going to lay one down, even though Molina doesn't run all that well? Teahan playing even with the bag, if not a step inside.
So the Cardinals have their third base runner. First time they've placed their leadoff man on, and now they're dangerous because the top of the order comes around. And now time has been called. Does Molina have a problem over there? He's talking to his coach, Dave McKay.
I think they're talking about signs, what might be on right now. Certainly a possible bunting situation. Eckstein handles the bat very well.
Jose Oquendo is the third base coach for the Redbirds. And David Eckstein shows bunt and takes a strike. Okay, tell us a little more.
Well, 5 different areas of the state that we're featuring, and different trips that people can win. But it's important to know that we're also giving away a Ford Escape, which is made right here in Clay Como.
Right.
So, and it's a hot property.
Pitch to Eckstein is off the plate this time. A ball and a strike now to David, who started the ball game grounding out to third. Well, the vacation season is almost upon us.
It is upon us, and people can find out where to take their perfect Missouri vacation by going to visitmo.com.
Gotcha.
I got to get that in.
I understand that. We've made mention of that. There goes the
Oh.
base runner, and the ball back to the right of the mound, and Lima made a nice play, juggled it for just a moment, but gets the out. Over to second goes Molina as Tony La Russa continues an aggressive style of play.
Well, he wants to play it aggressively, and he knows he's got a good contact here at the plate. No speed on at first base, so if you're going to send that base runner, you not only get him coverage, put a hit and run on and make sure you got a guy at the plate who can make some contact. The ball's about a foot out of the strike zone, and Eckstein still got it in fair play.
So the Cardinals have a man in scoring position with one out. And the big hitters coming up here with Larry Walker, and Pujols moves out on deck. Walker hit by a pitch in the first inning, and a strike over the outer edge, 0-1. How was your trip into KC?
Wonderful. Actually, uneventful, which is wonderful.
Yeah. John Robinson's with us, Director of Tourism for the state of Missouri. We always enjoy a chance to visit with John and talk about travel around Missouri. One strike to count here to Larry Walker.
John, talk about some of the things going on here in Kansas City. The folks that are in town, not only this weekend, but over the next 2 or 3 months.
A lot of tremendous things going on. Obviously, you've got a lot of activity in downtown Kansas City that's going on. They're going to pour about $3 billion, from what I understand, into downtown Kansas City. So you're going to see a real makeover in downtown Kansas City. But in the meantime, the Arabia Steamboat Museum, 18th and Vine, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum is a tremendous place to go. There's all kinds of great things in Kansas City.
Ball hit sharply, but a nice pickup by Sweeney. Back to the bag for out number 2. The base runner Molina moves into third. 2 gone. Walker hit the ball sharply, but Mike able to dig it out.
Well, you know left-handed hitters are going to get some change-ups from Lima, so with that in mind, play deep and a little bit closer to the line than you might normally do. Now, last night, Sweeney against a number of the Cardinal hitters were playing way off the line. A little closer to the line tonight. Good thing that ball's hit right at him.
2-0 Royals. We view play in the top of the third inning, and now Lima will get his second look tonight at Albert Pujols, who on a 3-2 pitch hit a high pop-up into short left field his first time up, and Baroa made a nice backhanded catch with his back to the infield. Going away, boy, that was the case last night, and again tonight. Pujols a tremendous show in batting practice with some deep drives way up on the hillside, over the water, spectacular. 1 ball, no strikes. John Robinson with us from the director of Missouri Tourism. See a lot of baseball during the summer?
See a fair amount when I get a chance. Not as much as you guys. But I watch it on TV all the time.
Well, that's great. It's tough to see as much as we get. And that's
Sure,
good for us.
That's good for you. This is a great stadium, though. I tell you what a beautiful evening.
It's a 2-0 pitch.
You might have noticed Castillo out in front of the plate before Pujols got in there, making everybody on the Royals team aware of the lights up in time. The skylight, the twilight that we have right now. Remember a couple weeks ago in Baltimore, about this time of night, Royals outfielders lost a ball, just alerting everybody, hey, it's tough to pick it up right now. Everybody chase one. Get around it in case one of your teammates might lose a pop-up. Lights haven't taken effect yet. You know, that ball that dropped in Baltimore cost the Royals a couple runs.
Right.
Tejada hit it with 2 men out, so guys were going on contact. About an hour from now, those lights would be a lot more effective.
Lima's come back here to make it 2-2. And to right field, that's going to be a base hit and a run batted in for Pujols. And it's now 2-1 ball game. Pujols with a 5-game hitting streak and RBI number 36.
Well, we talked at the top of the ball game. We showed Pujols where his hits go, and he does get some hits the opposite way, and right there with 2 strikes. Cut down on his swing a little bit, make some contact. He wants to drive the ball and hit for power, but with 2 strikes, he also needs to make some contact. Soft contact right there, at least for Pujols. He's got a base hit and another RBI. 36 RBIs on the season.
Pretty good start, huh? This is May 21st. Out at first, they picked him off. Pujols, one way to retire him. Hey, John Robinson, thanks for the visit.
Thank you,
Come
Bob.
back and see
Paul.
us again.
You bet. Visit Mo.com.
All right, gotcha.
Thank you.
Middle of the third inning here at Kauffman Stadium. Royals lead 2-1
For the Cardinals, Albert Pujols after getting an RBI single. Big lead right there against Jose Lima. Snap throw to first base. Sweeney with the tag right there on the back of the shoulder. Pujols picked off at first base. Chris Guccione ringing him up. And Pujols had a few words for both of the umpires. Home plate umpire Doug Eddings, his way in to get his gear in near the pitcher's mound. So Eddings got jaw to jaw with Albert Pujols. Tony La Russa got back out on the field. Pat Morris saying, well, what's all this about?
Well, I can understand maybe an argument, but what's his beef with the home plate umpire? He just happened to be there, huh? Well, hey, we've had a little action, and we're only in the bottom of the third. 2-1 Royals. Maybe Pujols a little bit fortunate to still be in the ball game. See if the Royals can generate something here in the third inning. It'll be Ruben Gotay in the top of the order, Baroa and De Jesus. Gotay did not play in last night's game. This is his first action against the Cardinals.
Gotay has been held out of some ball games this year now. He's a switch hitter, but a whole lot better from this side of the plate. Graffinino got the start last night against a lefty, and a good one in Mark Mulder.
Count is now ball and 2 strikes on the switch hitting infielder, Ruben Gotay. Ruben a .211 average. That's a couple of home runs and 4 doubles. Now the count evens out. Was with a single run in each of the first 2 innings, including Mark Keane's first big league homer. And to shallow left field, trio of Cardinals in pursuit. Fair ball, it falls in there, and it'll be a double for Ruben Gotay. How well placed was that as Bob Schaefer watches from the first base dugout. Double number 5 for Ruben.
Couldn't have been any more perfectly placed. It drops right in between the shortstop Eckstein and the left fielder Sanders, and fair by about 3 or 4 inches. Breaking ball down, maybe even out of the strike zone. Morris got a terrific curveball. Gotay's fortunate just to make some contact right there. kicked into foul territory. Sanders runs it down onto the warning track. Yeah, that ball fair by just a few inches.
Now Barola, who got a base hit in the first inning, going to bunt that runner over. Will go as a sacrifice as the Royals go tie to third with one out. Well, Mom and Dad want to tell you about a great promotion coming to the ballpark. It's Build-A-Bear Workshop Day. That'll be Sunday, June 5th. The Royals play the Rangers. First 10,000 kids 14 and under get this limited edition Build-A-Bear named KC. Bear was made exclusively for the Royals and is only available here at Kauffman Stadium June 5th. So get your tickets now. It's a terrific giveaway, and the kids will love you for it. Have a great time. Let's see if David DeJesus can get the run home. Sweeney's on deck. Royals lead 2-1.
Cardinals are going to pull their infield in. Pretty confident that Morris can get a ground ball. He's got terrific command of his pitches. Can pitch at the knees anytime he wants to. And from the day he got to the big leagues, he's an outstanding sinking fastball. See if he goes to that strength right here.
Jesus grounded one to the right side his first time up. That advanced to runner at the time. Now a fly ball to center. Is it deep enough? Edmonds sets up. Here's the catch. Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw. Up the line a little bit. Safely in. Go tie. Sacrifice fly for DeJesus. And the Royals are rebuilding that 2-run lead.
Well, Edmonds knows how to play center field. He sets up perfectly on this. Strong, accurate arm for Edmonds. Go ahead and just airmail it to the plate. You don't have any other runners on base. You don't have a cutoff man. You need to get it in low to freeze other base runners. Just give it your best shot. Try to drop it on home plate to give your catcher a chance to block off home plate, seal it off, and maybe swipe with the tag. Molina forced to go up that line just enough.
3-1 Royals. 2 out, nobody on for Sweeney here in the bottom of the third. And Sweeney belts a foul down the line. Let's check out our Toyota League leaders, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Check out any of their 17 models from which to choose and buy at Toyota.com. Longest current hit streak, Sweeney at 14 headed into tonight. Bobby Abreu, Brian Roberts, we saw a lot of him. Young second baseman of the Orioles. But Sweeney trying to extend the 14-game streak here tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike to Michael. He is 4 for 14 in the past against Morris. Oh, and a rocket, but hit right at Eckstein for the out. Sweeney hit it hard, but he is out number 3. Royals scored a single run in each of the first 3 innings. Lima back to the mound, leading by. Royals with a run in each of the first 3 innings, lead 3-1. We go to the 4th, and it is time for our Aflac trivia question. Aflac, ask about it at work. Jim Edmonds, when he was with the Angels, made this catch against the Royals in '95. Who was batting at the time? Who hit that shot to center field? One of the greatest catches you'll ever see, maybe the best in the history of this ballpark.
That's the best catch I've ever seen in person. I've seen some on TV that certainly would rival that, but yes, back to the infield straight away and diving right in front of the warning track.
And Edmonds will bat here. He has continued to make great catches with the Cardinals and also supply a lot of offense in his time in St. Louis. He will face the veteran Lima. Edmonds 7 for 22 now, lifetime against Lima. 3-1 KC. And Edmonds will be followed by Mark Grudzelanek and then Reggie Sanders as we move into the 4th inning. Cardinals 2 hits, Royals have 3. 2-0 to Jim Edmonds, who carries a 4-game hitting streak. He extended the streak with a double in last night's game.
One of the things Lima's done a nice job early on tonight is getting ahead of most of the Cardinal hitters. We've seen a lot of this throughout his first 9 starts this year. Falling behind 2-0, 3-1. Behind this hitter right here, Edmonds. But he's been ahead of most of the Cardinals hitters this evening, and he's established inside with his fastball.
Now he established inside. He's hit a couple of batters. Things have been stirred up a little bit. 3-1 to Edmonds. And now full count.
Edmonds one of those hitters that you've got to pitch inside to. He's got terrific power the opposite way. On most nights, he could leave here left center field, 385 feet here at Kauffman Stadium.
Check out our upcoming schedule, brought to you by Oral Wheat Bread. It's bread perfected, available at all 22 Kansas City Hy-Vee stores, exclusive grocer of RSTN. Tomorrow's game, our next telecast, 1 o'clock, and then Tuesday and Wednesday nights will be at the ballpark in Arlington for the Royals and the Rangers. Jeff Suppan, the former Royal, pitches tomorrow afternoon against KC. And there's ball 4 to Edmonds, so the Cardinals have had a base runner in each inning thus far, and they get a leadoff man on by way of a walk. Cardinals of Tony La Russa won here last night, their 26th win of the year. They are 14-6 away from St. Louis.
Yeah, and they're really knocking off the teams in their division as well. What has kept the Cardinals going over the last few weeks? They're the hottest team in baseball this month of May. They've got a 294 team batting average. Picked up 13 hits here last night, so they didn't slow down in game 1 of this series.
Zalanic stands in 0 for 1 tonight, and he takes a strike.
Cardinals have not done a lot of straight stealing this year. In fact, they're one of the lower teams in the National League in that category. Have some speed on at first base. Edmonds just 1 steal. He's been caught 1 time, but got a guy at the plate that can handle the bat pretty well. Best thing you can do is get ahead in the count like Lemus done.
Runner's not going, and they throw down there, and Edmonds gets back. Castillo not bashful about throwing that ball to first or even second base with runners on.
Well, you want to stay aggressive, and Castillo, backup catcher, doesn't play all that much, so when he does make the starting lineup, he's pretty fired up.
1-1 here to Greg Zalanic. And hit to right field, slicing. Emil Brown able to get there. And Edmonds will return to first. Boy, that ball was slicing toward the corner. That was not a routine play out there for Emil Brown, but 1 gone.
Bob, check out Greg Zalanic cover this outside pitch. Now he cuts down on a swing that he's diving out over the plate. Lehman now starting to pitch away, as you might guess, starting off inside and then getting the warning. You got to keep going inside. You got to pound it inside to keep guys going from that outside part of the plate. Remember, Pujols' base hit was a pitch to the outer edge. He just guided it into right field. So Lehman probably needs to get back to that better balance that he had early on in the game. Just make sure you keep the ball on the plate.
Now Reggie Sanders, who was hit by a pitch earlier. And again, they throw down to first, and Edmonds just did get back.
He's not only found his maximum lead, he's found his maximum secondary lead. Secondary lead is when you step out another step or two. I think if Mike is there he's on time with the tag. I think if he's able to get the tag, they've got a pick off at first.
Ball, no strike count to Sanders, who was hit by a pitch and had a stolen base in the second inning.
That secondary lead is what a base runner gets. You get your primary lead, your initial lead, and then step up another step or two as the pitch is delivered to the plate.
Cardinals turned 4 double plays in last night's game. Royals would love a double play chance right now. 3-1 KC. Cardinals batting in the 4th. Bob Schaefer, the interim manager. 1 day away from a birthday tomorrow. I think he's been a busy guy, but he's enjoyed this. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Reggie Sanders.
Well, we talk about Reggie Sanders being a stolen base guy and a power guy. He's also a big-time strikeout guy. Usually good for 100 or more strikeouts a season. And for reasons just like that, chasing the bad breaking ball. Look on him is he'll chase the low breaking ball as well as the high fastball. So as a pitcher, you've got a couple different options the way you want to get after him when you get ahead in the count.
Remember, Brent Main told us Lima works around the strike zone, and that pitch did not appear to be in that strike zone, but he got Sanders to swing and miss. Well, he throws him here ahead in the count. Got him. And again, a pitch out of the strike zone. And strikeout number 2 for Lima. 2 gone in the inning.
Tough thing to do is to get hitters to start to swing at bad pitches. And a lot of times once they get started, if you stay in that area, they'll keep going because they kind of lose track of where home plate is. Sanders swung at 1 bad breaking ball, then came another one. 2 consecutive swings and misses, and he's the second out of the inning.
Trying to work around the leadoff walk. He's retired the next 2 batters. Now Mabry, who homered here last night, and a couple of other hits as well. He had a sensational game, 3 for 5 with 5 runs driven in. Yeah, this guy is a really good spare part on this St. Louis team. Ball strike.
Mabry a whole lot like Raul Ibanez. You talk about a spare part. He's borderline spare part frontline player. Depends on the makeup of the rest of the team around him.
A good clutch hitter. Good offensive player. Play several spots for you defensively. 1-1. Right in there. Ball strike 2. You're talking National League where you don't have the DH, so a quote-unquote spare part needs to be a versatile guy who can play several positions. Barely missed. Castillo lobbying for the call. It's 2-2. Royals up by a pair of runs. Almost had him there, but he got just a little piece of it. Trickled a foul over by the Royals dugout.
Castillo playing some games behind the plate. Notice how he's almost behind Mabry right there to give his sign. He's hoping that the Cardinals will pick that up and maybe relay a sign that they're coming inside. Only to slip back to the outside part of the plate as the pitch is delivered.
That is one of the arts of catching, when to get into that setup position. You don't want to show it too early, but yet your pitcher needs to have a target.
Sometimes that target, the pitcher will either pick out your shin guard, the left knee, the right knee, or maybe one of your shoulders. It's one of those 4 spots.
Struck him out. The inning is over. Boy, nice job after the leadoff walk as Lima retires the next 3, 2 by way of strikeouts. Middle of the 4th inning. Royals 3, Cardinals 1. Royals lead 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We need an answer for our Aflac trivia question. Aflac! Ask about it at work. Remember this catch back in '95 by Jim Edmonds here at Kauffman Stadium? Who was the Royal hitter who hit that drive to center field? That's our question. And David Howard is the answer.
One of the things that made that such a great catch, David Howard didn't have much power, so Edmonds was playing in shallow in center field. And one way he could go get that ball, just turn your back to the infield and get back as quick as you can get there.
Well, Edmonds, like a lot of good defensive center fielders, plays fairly shallow on a lot of hitters. Great confidence in his ability to go back, and then he could get those little short pop-ups as well.
Well, if he was playing the depth that he is right now for Matt Stairs, he would have been able to get back to that position in the field and probably set up and camp under the ball. But that he was playing probably 20 to 25 feet in shallow of where he is right now against Stairs to make that catch.
Stairs leads off for the Royals here in the 4th. Then it'll be Emil Brown and followed by Terrence Long. Royals have scored a single run in each of the first 3 innings, and they lead 3-1 over the Cardinals. 2-2 now to Matt Stairs, who's really shown a terrific batting eye this year. Matt's going a lot of walks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 now.
So it's really improved Stairs on base percentage. He's had a dozen walks over the last 6 ball games. Kind of goes from being an aggressive first ball hitter to a guy who's more patient at the plate, but he'll tell you he's seeing the ball pretty well.
He has 22 walks on the year. And a bouncing ball. Grunzalani can't get it. It's a base hit. So Stairs gets his first hit of the night. He's 1 for 2, and the Royals have a leadoff man on there. Derek Jeter and the Yankees make their only trip to Kauffman Stadium on the next homestand. The 3-game series begins Tuesday, May 31st. Lots of great things for that midweek set, including this I Love KC t-shirt giveaway on Wednesday. That's June 1st, all courtesy of SBC. So we'll see you with the Yankees and Royals May 31st through June 2nd here at Kauffman Stadium. Yankees lost today to the Mets at Shea Stadium. Here's a call strike to Emil Brown. Emil. A little visit with the home plate umpire. Well, the Royals have the run in each inning so far, and the guys who have scored in those first 3 innings have been the guys with the first 3 hits. That's hit number 4. So let's see if that trend can continue. Here's the base runner for Emil Brown. That's going to be a double play. out at second and out at first, and the bat was shattered as well. So the Cardinals, who turned 4 of those twin killings last night, get their first of this ball game on the broken bat grounder.
Fortunate for the Cardinals right there, the business end of the bat went to the third baseman, did not go to the shortstop Eckstein where the ball was headed. So that goes 6-4-3 on the twin killing.
And a reminder to shop KCRoyals.com for the widest selection of Royals jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Shop KCRoyals.com today. Well, the Royals are to get something on the board here this inning. They'll need some production here from Terrence Long, who fouled out to the third baseman in the second. 3-1 KC. High chopper. Redzelanek in a hurry. Out at first. Good play by the veteran second baseman. The Royals leadoff hit erased for the double play. Still 3-1.
It's go time at Toyota's nationwide sales drive with phenomenal selection at every turn. The big and powerful Tundra has a $269 a month lease, or take $1,500 in customer cash back. There's also $1,000 cash on the adventurous and versatile 4Runner. And check out the truck Motor Trend proudly awarded its 2005 Truck of the Year honors, the rugged Tacoma. Toyota's nationwide sales drive is on now, owning the winner's circle. Now that's moving you forward.
It's all about the throw.
Here comes McLemore. Throw to the plate. In time.
It's all about the glove.
Backhand pickup by Baroa. Tough play, but they made it.
It's the Yankees and Royals, May 31st through June 2nd, including SBC I Love KC t-shirt night, Wednesday, June 1st. For tickets, call 1-800-6-ROYALS.
It's all about you, Kansas City.
During Ford's National Test Drive event, people just love getting into our F-150. Trouble is, getting them out.
Boy, it sure is quiet in here.
Yep. Ready to check out the rest of the truck?
Do not open that door.
But it's got the highest towing capacity, the biggest payload, even a fully boxed frame welded on both sides.
I believe you.
During Ford's National Test Drive event, you can get up to $3,500 total cash back on Ford F-150. Visit your Midwest Ford dealer today.
Peace and quiet.
Royals baseball brought to you tonight by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life with the horns. Dodge. By Missouri Tourism. For great Missouri vacation ideas, see us online at visitmo.com. By Sonic, it's not just good, it's Sonic good. And by Oral Wheat Bread, it's bread perfected. Available at all 22 Kansas City Hy-Vee stores. On to the fifth inning. Cardinals will send up Abraham Nunez against Jose Lima. For the play-by-play, here's Paul.
Lima will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Cardinals here, Bob, as they bat in the top of the fifth inning. Cardinals have had a base runner in every inning here tonight, but they've stranded 3 of them. Now a ball and a strike to Nunez. Nunez 1 for 4 here last night with a walk. 0 for 1 tonight. He popped up to Baroa his first time in. Cardinals won a 1-run game last night, 7-6. Looked like last night's ball game was going to be a terrific pitching matchup, probably a low-scoring game. Zach Greinke had the start for the Royals, Mark Mulder for the Cardinals. Turned into a close game. Cardinals got out early in that one. The 1-2 pitch. Just missed down and away. Lima's had no decisions his last 2 times out. In fact, he's had no decisions 6 of his last 7 starts. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter Nunez.
He's had some deep counts with Cardinal batters, but so far just a couple of hits and 1 run. Needs to throw a strike here. He does, and it's fouled off left side. Lima keeping the score down here tonight. He's had 5 runs or more given up in each of his last 4 starts. He's had 5 runs or more given up in 6 of his 9 starts this year. Steele calls for the fastball. It's delivered, and it's outside, ball 4. So the Cardinals get their leadoff man on with a walk. Second time that Lima's walked the leadoff man. Lima worked around that leadoff walk an inning ago. Now he'll face the number 9 hitter, but the top of the order to follow. Yadier Molina is that number 9 hitter. He had a base hit his last time up.
Had a base hit in last night's ball game. Nunez had a pretty big lead over there at first base. Nunez no stolen bases this year. He has not attempted a steal yet. Royals infield and outfield straight up for Yadier Molina. Some close plays at first base tonight. Lima throwing over quite a bit. The Cardinals have had some base runners. In fact, this is the third inning in a row that they've had their leadoff man on. Molina leadoff single in the third. Jim Edmonds a leadoff walk in the fourth. Nunez a walk here in the fifth. Now the pitch to Molina. Inside corner called strike one. Molina didn't like the call. He'll look down at his third base coach, Jose Aquino, and look for a sign. Middle game of the three-game series. Royals on a current six-game losing streak against these guys. Overall, the series is pretty close, but the Cardinals have dominated it recently. In fact, the Royals have lost 14 of their last 18 against St. Louis. 1 ball, 1 strike on Molina. Molina, the youngest of the 3 brothers that are major league catchers, the other 2 at the Anaheim Angels. They've been throwing a lot of off-speed stuff now over the last couple innings. That one, wow, just getting the outside corner. There goes the base runner. Hit and run was on, and there's a bouncer to first. Well, the Cardinals got what they wanted. They got the man in scoring position. Molina doing a good job of covering the plate. Nunez into second. This ball's got to be at least a foot outside.
Molina able to make contact as he reached out and slapped it up the first baseline. The base runner Nunez off and running, so they get him into scoring position now with 1 out in the top of the order. Comes around. You think it was outside a little bit?
Boy, I was wrong. I said a foot. I think it's a 1.5 to 2 feet. Pretty good bat control right there. Well, here's David Eckstein. Terrific leadoff hitter for the Cardinals. 0 for 2 tonight against Lima. Lima had 71 pitches through the first 4 innings tonight. 40 of those were strikes. Now the 1-0 pitch. Strike zone at the belt. It's a ball and a strike. Eckstein, a good contact hitter. Came in with a 2-game hitting streak. Eckstein in his first year with the Cardinals. They're trying to replace Edgar Renteria, a Gold Glover from last year. He's now with the Boston Red Sox. Popped up right side. Go tie out. Right fielder Neil Brown coming in. Brown was playing shallow. That's the second out.
Well, the Royals have done a good job so far with Eckstein. He's 0 for 3, and he was really a problem last night, setting things up for the big hitters in the middle of that lineup. Tian visits with Lima, the young third baseman. They've got a runner at second with 2 out.
Larry Walker will head next. 0 for 1 officially. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. We're talking about those heavy hitters in the middle lineup. He is a heavy hitter, middle of the lineup type guy.
Yeah, but hitting in the second spot.
A little bit low with the first pitch to Walker. Walker, the designated hitter again tonight for Tony La Russa's ball club. Off left side. Royals finishing up a 10-game homestand. Let's check out the upcoming road trip brought to us by Missouri Tourism. For great Missouri vacation ideas, see us online at visitmo.com. Next trip takes us out west. It'll start in Texas. It'll finish up in Anaheim. 6-game road trip. Interleague play continues into June. And that ball's just fair inside the bag at first. Headed for the right field corner. That'll chase home Nunez. And Walker into second. He was going to pull up right there until Brown lets the ball get away. Now they're going to try to score it. Oh. And the Royals mishandle the relay. 2 runs score on the play. And we are tied at 3.
Oh, what a tough turn of events there. for Lima to see 2 runs score on this play. And then we've got a tie ball game. Now take another look as Walker shoots it down the line. Just barely fair. The umpire barely got out of the way. And the Cardinals fortunate that he did, because the ball goes down into the right field corner. Now watch the problems out here for Emil Brown. Trying to pick it up. He missed it once. Tries to run it down. Slips and falls. Meanwhile, Walker is lapping the bases. And then the throw to the infield is mishandled, so no chance to get the runner. And after all that, Cardinals played 2 runs here in this inning.
Well, Emil Brown played that just right. What you try to do is get your body next to the wall so the ball does not get by you on the wall side. If you do that, you're usually in pretty good shape. He's got his body in good position, but the ball got underneath his glove. Position-wise, he was great. He just didn't stay down long enough. He was in the right position. But that right there, it'll probably go as a double and an error on the Royals right fielder. See, he's got his position. Get your leg and body pinned against that wall. That'll usually seal off the ball and you can knock it down. Of course, he slipped when he went to pick it up, and that cost him a few more feet. Well, a brand new ball game, tied at 3, and here's Albert Pujols. Bob Schaefer had made a visit to the mound to make sure Lima was settled down after the miscue in right field. Pujols 1 for 2 tonight. He had an RBI single his last time up.
You are correct. It is a double and then an error on the right fielder.
Lima working out of the windup, finds the outside corner with his fastball. Pujols 6th in the National League in batting average. He's tied for 5th in the National League in home runs, and he's 2nd in the league in RBIs. And ahead in the count here, 2-1. Make it 3 balls and a strike. Pujols, his first 4 years in the big leagues, averages 40 home runs a year and 126 RBIs, and he's on that pace again this season. His 5th full year in the big leagues. Line drive to right field. Emil Brown over. He has this one. Final out of the inning. Pujols hit it hard, but the last out. Well, the Cardinals get 2 runs. A leadoff walk and a double by Walker. Royals now tied with the Cardinals at 3-3. Let's check out our updated pitch count brought to us this evening by James B. Nutter. When it comes to home loans, James B. Nutter will never throw you a curveball, and you can count on James B. Nutter every time out. Well, Lima's been tough for the Royals this evening, but the pitch count's starting to mount. 94 pitches, 52 of those have been strikes. Royals hitting the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be the lower third of their order due up against Cardinal starter Matt Morris. Mark Tien will lead things off. He slices one foul up the left field line. Tien hit his first major league home run here his last time up. Shot into the first row down in the right field corner. Picked on a low and in breaking ball. Ball just leaked over that railing just inside the foul pole. And a souvenir for Mark Tien. It'll be Tien, Castillo, and go tie. Curveball finds the outside corner for Morris.
There's Mark's first major league homer. His first big league hit was a triple.
Got that one the first week of the season. America Park in Detroit. Down in the count here, a comebacker off of Morris's glove. He slows it down. Play made at second base by Grudzalani. Tien the first out in the Royals half of the 5th inning. Officially, that putout goes 1-4-3. We want to remind you about the 20th anniversary World Series reunion weekend. It'll be coming up here at Kauffman Stadium this August. Members of the '85 World Championship team will return to Kauffman Stadium for a weekend of celebration, August 12th to the 14th. Brett Saberhagen will also be inducted into the Royals Hall of Fame that weekend. A weekend you won't want to miss, so get your tickets now. Tigers will be in town that weekend in August. There's Alberto Castillo. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Alberto saying before the ball game, so I don't care about the bat. I want to make sure that I call a good game for Lima and get the most out of him that I can here tonight. This is an important ball game. We need to find a way to win it. But then I'll worry about my plate appearances. Came in with a 3-game hitting streak. 2 for 6 on this homestand, but does have 3 RBIs. There's a little looper in through the middle and on into center field, base hit. Castillo's first hit of the night. He's 1 for 2.
Alberto played for a time with the Cardinals. Acquainted with some of their players even now. He gets the Royals' 5th hit of the ball game. This little shot to shallow center field, so 1 on, 1 out.
A little cut fastball thrown by Morris right there. He kind of developed that pitch last year. He didn't throw quite as hard last season. His shoulder was bothering him. Mentioned he had shoulder surgery at the end of the year. No major reconstruction or anything, just kind of cleaning things up. Here's a bouncer through the right side by Pujols into right field. Castillo will hold on at second base. So back-to-back singles by the 8 and 9 hitters. The Royals have a couple base runners as they head back to the top of the order, and Angel Berroa.
The first time tonight, the Royals have had as many as 2 hits in an inning. They've been spacing them out. 1 hit per inning so far, but a high chopper that got past Pujols, who was playing the inside of the bag to the runner Castillo. Let's see, the Royals could hit something now from the top of the order. 2 on, 1 out, and a tie game.
The Royals have already gotten something from Berroa tonight. A leadoff single. Scored the Royals' first run of the night. Bounced out to Morris his last time in. So Berroa has already extended his hitting streak out to 7 games here tonight. 1 ball, no strikes on the Royals shortstop. And Morris wanting that last call from home plate umpire Doug Eddings.
Berroa stepping out, trying to slow down this veteran right-hander. Now it's Morris who backs off. Have you had that conversation before?
Umpire needs to answer him. I mean, where was it?
Yep.
Was it? I mean, just tell him where it is. You know, I think this conversation is, hey, we'll get him out to the mound. Hey, I'm a veteran guy. I can ask you where the pitch was.
Right.
I thought it was pretty. I thought it was low.
Okay.
But you're not out of line by asking.
If you do it nicely.
I mean, he did.
Okay, I got you.
Joe Morris been around a while. He's a pretty legit guy.
Oh, sure.
Over 20-game winner. He's got 8 years in the big leagues. I think that's a little bit longer than Doug Eddings has. Well, Morris ready again. Checks the runners, the 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive to left field. Castillo, the lead runner around third, does not run well, so they're going to hold him up. Well, and it's a good thing they did. Reggie Sanders already has 5 assists from the outfield this year, and number 6 was right there at the offering. But the Royals have the bases loaded.
Well, 3 singles in a row. Little flare to center by Castillo. The high chop by Gotay that got through to right. And now this liner to left field by Berroa, who is now 2 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. So the Royals have a chance here to regain the lead. Good decision here by Luis Silverio, the third base coach, as Alberto slams on the brakes. Now the Royals have them loaded up and a chance to regain the lead after kind of a freak play the last half inning got the ball game tied. Dave Duncan, the pitching coach, went out for quite a visit with the pitcher and the whole infield. And Flores is warming up in the pen for the Cardinals.
Well, the Royals have had hits in every inning tonight against Matt Morris, so they've done a nice job of keeping the heat on the veteran right-hander. Let's see what David DeJesus can do. David 0 for 1 officially. Sacrifice fly his last time up. He picked up his 13th run batted into the season. And there's a base hit to right. That'll get Castillo home. Here comes Gotay right behind him. And the Royals have reclaimed the lead. It's 5-3 KC.
David, who's been out of the lineup for a few games with the sore foot, really ripped that ball. Cardinal infield was looking for yet another double play chance, but this one shoots through down that right field line. And it's now 5-3 Royals. No chance for Pujols, even with a dive to knock that one down. And Castillo scored, so did Gotay, and nobody likes it better than the starting pitcher, right?
So the Royals Royals quickly answer the Cardinals 2 runs in the top of the 5th with 2 of their own here in the bottom half. And here's Sweeney. Pulled the string and Mike way out in front of that one. Sweeney 0 for 2. Got an RBI his first time up on an infield ground ball. Ripped a liner to their shortstop Eckstein his last time in. Sweeney with 33 RBIs in the season. Lost 3 points on his batting average so far tonight.
That reminds me, we go to Arlington first of the week. We'll probably see Steve Busby.
Yeah, we're probably going to get Kenny Rogers too.
Oh,
which is going to be a bigger problem. We're going to love seeing Buzz. Sweeney 8th in the American League in batting average.
Ooh.
Nice pick by Pujols at first. He just saved a run for the Cardinals.
You know, you watch him every day. He's pretty impressive at first base. He really stretches out to get those throws and good soft hands.
And that's already his 3rd position at the big leagues. So he's played third base. He's played left field. Showing some versatility. Now a ball and a strike on Sweeney. And Pujols slugged his way onto their roster 5 seasons ago. You know what they say in baseball, you hit, they'll find a place for you to play.
They do say that.
And they found 3 different places for Pujols. Jam shot fouled back. It'll reach the seats. The ball and 2 strikes on Mike. Mentioned Mike 8th in the American League in batting average. He's tied for 5th in the league in RBIs. Also 5th in the league in extra base hits. 13 doubles. 9 home runs for Sweeney. Doubles total would put him in the top 3 in the American League. Cardinals pretty much straight up in their outfield and pretty deep. Popped up right field line. Mabry over to have a look, but he won't be able to get there. It's about 4 rows back. Count holds at 1 and 2 to Sweeney. He cleared the bases with an extra base hit here last night. Picked up 3 RBIs. 2-hit ball game last night. So Sweeney now 2 for 6 in this weekend series. Now, I really like it when Sweeney's down in the count because all the pitchers with command go all around the plate and attack him different ways. But Sweeney, such good knowledge of the strike zone, great patience, still a good contact hitter. Now the 2-2. Pulled the string and got him swinging. So Morris started off the plate appearance with that slow curveball, and that's the way he finished it up to get the strikeout. That's his first strikeout of the night. It gave him a great time for the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Royals' hottest hitter, Sweeney, strikes out on the off-speed breaking pitch, and now 2 out in the inning. Runners still at 1st and 3rd. Royals with 2 runs home here on 4 singles here in the inning.
I think Morris is a strikes thrower. He's got 59 pitches tonight. 43 of those are strikes.
Yeah, he's a very good control pitcher.
Still only averages about 6 innings per outing. They're going cautiously with him after that shoulder surgery. Morris now squares off against Matt Stairs. There's the Royals DH, 1 for 2 tonight. He singled his last time up. The leadoff single, he was wiped out in a double play. If he can keep the inning going, Emil Brown would hit next. This hits out of a slightly open stance. Morris ready with the 1-0 pitch. Just threaded the outside corner. This is the 9th year of interleague play. That was easily the biggest attraction in interleague play for the Royals fans. A lot of red in the ballpark again tonight.
All right, if you're coming tomorrow, wear blue. We'll see you here. You'll see him here. You'll be teaming with Ryan Lefebvre tomorrow.
Look forward to it. You got some other things going on over in Lawrence, a little graduation program, huh? It'll be fun. And a birthday, I believe.
Yeah, not for a while.
The 2-1 pitch. Snap throw to first.
Ooh.
Safe. And Jesus back just in time. Got around Pujols' tag.
Got here, Molina. Looked a lot like his older brother Benji on that throw, didn't he? Firing it down there.
His other brother Jose throws it pretty well too.
All 3. David got back.
That's one of the keys for the catcher. You'd like to have that pitch down and into the left-handed hitters, let you throw behind the hitter. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball finds the strike zone. Morris with that good hook. He gets a couple strikeouts to end the inning. One of Sweeney, one of Stairs, but the Royals get a couple more runs on 4 base hits, and Jaime Serta is going to be the Royals' new pitcher. Royals have scored in every inning but the 4th here tonight and lead St. Louis 5-3. Well, there's still good seats available. Final game of this series tomorrow afternoon. It's a 1 o'clock start time. Tickets start at just $12 and are available at kcroyals.com or any KC Lawrence or St. Joseph IV or by calling 1-800-6-ROYALS. And don't forget, the first 10,000 kids get a 1985 commemorative pennant. Final game of the series here tomorrow afternoon. Well, we're on RSTN tonight. Remember, when you're not watching us on television, you can pick up all the action over on the radio side and any one of nearly 100 stations around the 6-state network area.
Different dress code tomorrow, eh?
Yeah, starting to go with summer rules. You're not here and just absolutely lose control.
Okay, no coat, no tie tomorrow. Cap and gown. No shirt, no tie, no problem. Well, here's Jaime Serta, who comes on now in relief of the starter Jose Lima. For Serta, his 19th appearance of the year.
Lofty earned run average, but it's been better recently.
Well, he was great the other day against Baltimore in a couple of innings. Tired all 6 men he faced with a couple of strikeouts.
Here's Jim Edmonds leading things off for the Redbirds. He walked his last time up. Popped up to tee in his first time in. So it'll be Edmonds, Grzelcyk, and Sanders. Serta early this year was the primary left-handed setup man for the Royals. To a tough start, Andrew Cisco moved into that slot. Serta now used in middle innings. The 1-1 pitch. Thrown on the outside corner. Edmonds came in with a 4-game hitting streak. 7 home runs, 10 doubles. Strikes out a lot. He also walks a lot. Straight up in their outfield and pretty deep. Edmonds is what is known as a fly ball hitter. A good high ball hitter, but no contact right there. Serta comes in out of the bullpen, strikes out the first batter he faces.
A good start for the Royal left-hander. If you were with us last night during our telecast, we had an RSTN poll question. We asked you who is the best major league manager going right now. Those were some suggestions. Others certainly could have been your choice. And this is the way the voting shakes out. A lot of people like Tony La Russa. How about Jack McKeon, Bobby Cox, Joe Torre? Had great runs. Cox, an unbelievable string of division titles at Atlanta.
Mark Grzelcyk, first ball hitting, shoots a single through the left side of the Royals infield. His first hit tonight is 1 for 3. In fact, it's his first hit of the series. So Serta got his first man on a strikeout, then gives up the base hit. That was 4th hit of the night. Now he'll face their left fielder, Reggie Sanders. Sanders was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd. Down on strikes in the 4th. Called strike 1.
What a pretty pitch that was from Jaime Serta.
No balls and a strike to Sanders. Steele sets up on the outside corner. It's chopped foul at the plate. Well, we're going to be right back at you tomorrow afternoon here on RSTN. Final game of the series, Cardinals and the Royals. Jeff Suppan, the former Royal, will get the start for St. Louis. John Buck figures to be back in the lineup tomorrow afternoon. Royals are also going to get a new starter, Ryan Jensen, join the club tomorrow. He'll start the final game of the series. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Sanders. Jaime Cerda on relief of Jose Lima. Lima charged with the 3 Cardinal runs. Only 2 of those will be earned. He struck out 3. Walked a pair and also hit a couple. Keselowski didn't have much of a lead at first base. Sort of just wanting to let him know that he was keeping an eye on him. Royals have done some hitting and running here tonight, but Reggie Sanders not the kind of guy you'd normally do that with. First of all, he's down in the count of ball and 2 strikes. He also swings and misses too much. And swings and misses there. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Cerda.
Well, they didn't get cheated on the swing, but that's the 2nd strikeout for Cerda, who struck out 6 in 2 innings the other day against the other flock of birds, the one from Baltimore. Now 2 out here in the inning.
2 strikeouts of Sanders, 1 on a breaking ball by Lima, the inside fastball by Cerda. Another left-hander due up for the Cardinals. John Mabry, their right fielder. Good crowd on hand here at Kauffman Stadium. In fact, it's near capacity. Mabry, a tough start to tonight's game. Snap throw to first. Back in time is Gredzelanek, and I think Sweeney might just wreck him right across the bridge of the nose with that sweep tag.
Alberto has thrown it down there several times tonight. Lima picked off a base runner. Pujols, remember earlier in the game. We've had close plays from both sides at first base on pickoff moves, pitchers and catchers.
No balls and a strike to Mabry. Backs him up with another fastball. It's a ball and a strike. Mabry, the man of the hour last night for the Cardinals, had a grand slam home run in the first. Before the night was over, he had a 5 RBI game. Cardinals went on to win 7-6. Here's the 1-1. Mabry's home run last night was hit into the wind. The wind was coming in from right center field. It's changed directions for tonight's game. It's been blowing gently from the right field foul pole to the left field pole all evening long. Solonic, average lead at first base. It's not running. Swing, no contact for Mabry.
Jaime up at 93 on that pitch, and up in the zone with a little zip on it.
He showed us a lot of that last year. The Royals were a little bit concerned about him in spring training. He didn't have that kind of velocity coming out of camp. Wanted to go cautiously with him at the early stages of the season. Doing a whole lot better now. And got him looking. Called strike 3. Cerda comes out of the Royals bullpen and strikes out the side. He gets Edmonds swinging. He gets Sanders swinging, and he catches Mabry looking. Jaime Cerda strikes out the side just out of the Royals bullpen. Royals hitting the bottom of the 6th inning, and this is our sonic slam inning. Our contestant tonight is Barbara Jacobs from Raytown, Missouri. $1,300 on the line right now for a home run in the bottom of the 6th. $25,000 for the winner. The Royals hit a grand slam out of the ballpark from Sonic and RSTN. So Barbara Jacobs from Raytown, Missouri, our contestant tonight in the Sonic Slam inning. Emil Brown will lead things off. Brown batting 5th in the lineup this evening, to be followed by Terrence Long and Mark Teahan. Teahan already has a home run tonight. He came back in the 2nd. And Morris has gone all the way for the Cardinals. He's looking for his 4th win of the season. 3-0 and a very impressive earned run average of 2.95. His 0-2 pitch. Morris last year 15-game winner, 15 wins, 10 losses, but lofty earned run average 4.72. Also gave up 35 home runs and did not throw as well as he had the previous 3 or 4 seasons. Never did admit to pitching hurt last year. He just pitched his way through it. And Emil Brown just punched out by home plate umpire Doug Eddy.
Is the strike zone getting a little bigger? Bob Schaefer thinks so right now.
Remember the ball game last year against the Yankees? Mussina pitched for the Yankees. Right. Zach Greinke pitched for the Royals. Remember the huge strike zone we had that night?
Yeah.
That same home plate umpire.
And, yeah, that call reminiscent of that game. For Sure.
And two pitchers that could really take advantage of a big strike zone. Here's
Well.
Terrence Long. He's down in the count 0-1. Terrence looking for his first hit of the night. Long overall has hit in 5 of his last 7 games. Bouncer to first base. Pujols has it on a couple hops and makes the play unassisted. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Royals half of the 6th inning. Well, be sure and reserve your party space here at the all-new Brancato's bullpen at Kauffman Stadium. It costs you just $25 for groups of 20 or more. Receive a lower-level field plaza ticket for the ball game and access to the exclusive VIP tent and a catered meal provided by Brancato's. The number to call, 816-504-4040 for information. Mark Teahen 1 for 2 tonight. Solo home run and a double play ball. That home run that he hit back in the 2nd inning broke an 0 for 10 stretch for Teahen. Mark 0 for 4 here last night. Good off-speed pitch. Morris has thrown a ton of curveballs over for strikes here tonight. And ahead of another Royals hitter, a ball and 2 strikes. Teahen's playing against all kinds of pitching. Doesn't make any difference whether it's left-handed or right-handed. Had to start against Mulder last night, and caught looking right here. Another curveball strike for Morris. He has a 1-2-3 inning and no money tonight for Barbara Jacobs from Raytown, Missouri. Instead, she'll get tickets to a future Royals game and dinner for 2 at Sonic. And you can register to participating Greater Kansas City St. Joseph Drive-In Theater. Mark Teahen, a big guy in the ball game tonight as we take a look at our game summary brought to us by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. Teahen contributing a little bit of the power here tonight. His first major league home run came in the 2nd inning. David DeJesus in his first ball game back since last Sunday out with a bad foot. He's got 3 RBIs, and Jose Lima strong through 5 tonight. 5-3 KC. To the 7th we go.
Well, here we go. It's the 7th inning. 2-run lead for the Royals, and Jaime Cerda, who gave up a hit but got 3 strikeouts in the 6th. Back out there on the hill for KC. He will deal with Abraham Nunez, Yadier Molina, and then David Eckstein here in the top of the 7th. Royals have out hit the Redbirds 8-4, lead 5-3. In for a strike, 0-2. Now, you wouldn't want to necessarily groove one the way the strike zone is right now. Just kind of work around the outer parts, huh?
I think Matt Morris last inning threw a couple borderline pitches when he was ahead in the count. Kind of surprised he got some strikes.
Nunez able to foul that one back. Been a nice evening here at the ballpark. The homestand and the series conclude tomorrow with a 1:10 start. Ryan Jensen up from Omaha pitches for the Royals against former Royal Jeff Suppan. Sup's 3-4 for St. Louis. Again, an 0-2 pitch coming to Nunez. Got him on a pitch maybe out of the zone. It was up, and a swing and a miss. So 4 outs, all strikeouts here for Jaime Cerda.
Big item for Cerda is get ahead in the count. Get ahead in the count. Hitters get a little jumpy. You get good enough stuff to get strikeouts and good enough stuff to force hitters to chase pitches out of the zone.
1 out, nobody on. And Molina, the catcher, stands in. Big hack, but no contact. Molina compact, 5'11", 2 1/4. Built much like his brother Benji. This guy's only 22 years old. He'll be 23 next month. Now the Cardinals' #1 catcher.
Yeah, he's replacing Mike Matheny.
And back through the box and on through. Jaime couldn't knock it down, so that's the 2nd hit of the ball game for Molina. There you go. A reminder, you can watch live Major League Baseball games right on your computer. Sign up for MLB.TV right now exclusively at KCRoyals.com. MLB.TV means live Major League Baseball. Well, a big base hit there by the #9 hitter as Mike Wood starts throwing in the Kansas City pen. 1 on, 1 out. And Eckstein, who is collared so far tonight, 0 for 3. And he takes the strike. 5-3 Royals as the Cardinals bat in the 7th. Serta has faced 5 batters. He has, make it 6 batters. He has 4 strikeouts and given up 2 hits. Is that a swing? The ruling is no. It's Lucioni, the first base umpire, making the call.
Serta getting strikeouts tonight, but probably not going to strike out Eckstein. If he does something, that's going to be headline news. Eckstein, second toughest strikeout in the American League last year. So far this year, he's the toughest strikeout in the National League. He strikes out about once every 22 or 23 at bats.
Now Eckstein's ahead in the count, 2-1. Strikeouts are nice, but you did soon have a double play right here. Serta could coax a ground ball. He got a ground ball from Molina, but it went up the middle.
And Eckstein is a player who tries to keep the ball out of the air. He wants to hit line drives or hit the ball sharply on the ground. Doesn't have much power at all, so if he hits the ball in the air, that's an accident. That's not what he wants.
2 balls and a strike now. Now it's 3-1. Now you're flirting with some danger with Walker and Pujols up next.
Getting in a position like this, all of a sudden a 2-run lead doesn't look very big, does it?
No, sir. Walker on deck. Walker, of course, a left-handed batter. 3-1 the count here to Eckstein. So this is a big pitch. And he throws it right in there, and Eckstein taking it, 3-2.
Well, that's what you want your leadoff hitter doing. You know you need some base runners. He's a good contact hitter, so he has the luxury of taking a 2-strike pitch and knowing he's still got a great chance to make some contact. A guy who doesn't have his ability to make contact, he's probably swinging right there.
Base runner is Molina, the catcher. That might have been ball 4, but Eckstein thought it was too close to take, so he fouled it off.
You're talking about that ball game that Serta had against the Orioles on Thursday. Couple innings pitched, pick up a couple strikeouts, nothing else but zeros.
Yeah, 2 great innings. The Royal bullpen was spectacular in that game.
It's the only game of that series that the Royals won. They lost the first 2.
Ground ball off the backhand tee, and can't field it cleanly, and all hands are safe. That was going to be a tough play, but if he's able to come up with it, they might turn a double play. Instead, 2 on, 1 out.
Never had a good feel about this, even from Tien's first break. I don't know if he didn't get a terrific read on it or slipped a little bit, didn't look as smooth as he normally does. To the backhand side, certainly capable of making that play. We've seen him do it quite a bit already this year, but off of his glove, it hit the heel of his glove and kicked up in the air. Been tough to turn it anyhow. Eckstein does a great job of getting down the line. In fact, that's going to go as an infield hit for the Cardinals shortstop.
Now Guy Hansen out to talk to his pitcher. Home plate umpire joins in. Eckstein with his first hit of the night, now 1 out of 4. After a 2-for-4 game last night. Well, here's a big moment. Veteran left-handed batter Walker, who doubled his last time up but circled the bases when the ball got away in right field. At the time, that was the tying run. Now the Royals lead by a pair. This time Walker represents the go-ahead run for the Cardinals. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch the other time up. Ball strike. In the 5th inning, he hit a liner to right field. Almost hit the umpire, and then a real problem out there in the corner. Oh, 2 to Larry Walker.
Serta's made a couple quality pitches to Walker to open this plate appearance. Right now, Larry Walker can't believe the width of home plate. First pitch was a slider, got the outside corner. Yeah, I see what he's talking about there.
Well, you wouldn't want to throw him a strike now, would you?
Oh, absolutely not. Why would you even think of it? Because maybe you thought he wasn't going to look for it.
Now he fought it off. Still 0-2. Pujols on deck. Caught the foul ball on the bounce. Walker, 38 years old. Into the big leagues back in '89 with Montreal.
Serta had command problems early this year. 30 pitches tonight. 23 of those have been strikes. He's been all over the strike zone.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 1 out. And a little flare left side. Teeing over, but no chance to get there. Still 0-2 to Larry Walker. Mike Wood would appear to be warmed and ready. The next batter, Pujols, of course, a right-handed hitter. He is on deck. Walker up there right now. He's grounded into 3 double plays this year. Again, an 0-2 pitch to Larry Walker. Ball 1. Numbers against left-handed pitching. Actually, not much different than his overall numbers on the year.
Last year he hit better against left-handers. He had 316 against lefties for the season. Also had a good postseason for the Cardinals.
Ball and 2 strikes. There's the ball fouled out of play. Walker with batting titles in 98, 99, 2001. MVP in 97. Spectacular years out in the Mile High country. Again, a 1-2 pitch from Jaime Cerda. Ooh. Didn't get the call that time. The Royals didn't, and Walker sees the count even out at 2-2.
I think if Castillo's setting up on the outside corner, Cerda would have gotten this pitch, but the umpire's looking for something inside part.
Yep.
Tough to get that call when you miss the width of the plate.
Now 2-2 pitch coming up. And a deep drive to right. Way back. And the Cardinals have the lead for the first time tonight. For Larry Walker, his 5th home run of the year. It is a 3-run blast here in the 7th inning.
Well, Cerda came back and pulled the string on a slider, kind of guiding it to the outside corner, and Larry Walker does not miss mistakes. Had a couple pitches called that he thought were wide early in the plate appearance, and he jumped all over that one and finished up in the Royals bullpen.
And this call to the bullpen brought to you by the Gedney Pickle Company. When you get in a pickle, head to Hy-Vee for a Gedney pickle, celebrating their 125th anniversary of selling quality pickles.
Cardinals come back for the 2nd time in the ballgame. This time they don't just tie the ballgame, they take the lead. Now up 6-5 and get a little deeper into the Royals bullpen. New pitcher in. Last pitcher out is Jaime Cerda. Pulled the string and left a breaking ball. Outer half the plate, kind of rolled up there, and Walker out in front of it. New pitcher in is Mike Wood. Might have been the starter for the Royals tonight if Tony Pena was still the manager. He was going to be in the starting rotation, but Bob Schaefer decides he wants to use him in relief. He thinks he'll help the club more there.
Well, still only 1 out in the inning, and the Cardinals have taken the lead for the first time. The Royals had a 2-run lead on a couple of occasions, but Jaime Cerda touched for the 3-run home run by Larry Walker. The Redbirds come from 2 down to 1 up. Now 2 balls and a strike here to Albert Pujols. Count is even. Mike Wood on in relief here. Mike has been pretty effective out of the bullpen. He had 2 innings the other day against Baltimore, picking up a first major league save in one of the Tampa Bay ball games. Warren Wood kind of stumbled coming off the pitching rubber that time. It's 3-2.
Wood is a sinker baller. Sinking fastball, slider to go along with it. When he's on, he'll get ground balls.
And a bouncer right there, Baroa to his left. And Pujols is out. 2nd out of the inning. So 2 gone, nobody on, but the Cardinals have the lead here. They won last night 7-6. They lead tonight 6-5. Mike Wood will face a left-handed hitter. Jim Edmonds, a walk, and 0 for 2 officially. Over the shoe tops, ball 1.
Edmonds stumbling over that pitch down and in. And once again, Mike Wood stumbling over his landing spot.
Saw St. Louis pitcher Matt Morris do that earlier in the game, and it cost him a balk.
And also cost him a run. Got a man in scoring position for the Royals. He was able to recover quickly and didn't seem to have any more problems with the landing area. It doesn't look like Mike Wood is comfortable yet.
2-0 to Edmonds. And a ground ball to Ruben Gotay. And after the home run, Wood comes in and gets a couple of ground ball outs. But damage done by the Cardinals in the 7th. St. Louis leading by Roberto Castillo, Ruben Gotay, and Angel Baroa here in the 7th. And Matt Morris, who came into this ball game 3-0 on the year, now has a chance to win a ball game.
He didn't get his first strikeout to the 5th inning. Now has 4 in the game. So throwing as well now as he has any time tonight.
Operating with his first lead, and there's a lazy fly ball to right field. Mabry makes the catch, 1 gone. Morris, you know, will be pretty tough under these circumstances. He's still in good shape. He's in the mid-70s and pitch count wise. So
well, pitch count wise is just part of the story. Yeah. The fact that he's getting into the late innings. Mentioned earlier, he's averaged about 6 innings per outing, so I think they'll keep him on a short leash right now. In fact, the Cardinals have their bullpen active behind Morris. Might be a situation where LaRussa will go as long as he can with him until he gets a base runner.
Let's see if Gotay can oblige in that area. Ruben has a pop fly double and a single. He scored 2 runs. And he's got his 3rd hit of the night right there. So there's your base runner. Now let's see how LaRussa will play it. 3 for 3, Ruben Gotay. 3 of the 9 Royal hits.
Really a plus for your ball club when you can get the kind of production out of the lower third of the order like the Royals have this evening. Gotay has a perfect 3 for 3 ball game. Castillo has a base hit and a run scored, and of course Martin has that solo home run back in the 2nd. So all 3 of the guys in the lower third of the batting order have base hits, and they've scored runs.
Reyes, Flores continue to throw out there, a right-hander and a lefty. On the top of the order, Angel Baroa, who is 2 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Baroa with 5 home runs on the year, tied for 2nd in that category on the Royals ball club. He and Emil Brown each have 5. Sweeney leads the team with 9. Ruben Gotay carries the tying run at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And a little fly ball to shallow left center. On comes Sanders. And it's going to be Edmonds who makes the catch. Jim Edmonds, the sure-handed center fielder, took charge. Now David DeJesus comes up. Well, David has had a really fine ball game. Let's check out our star of the game, brought to you by Hardee's, introducing the Frisco Thick Burger. Without us, some guys would starve. David's driven in 3 of the 5 Royal runs.
And there's one time he didn't drive in a run, he advanced a base runner. So DeJesus, 3 terrific at-bats tonight. Advance a base runner, a sacrifice fly, and an RBI, a base hit, and 2 more driven in.
And after sitting out a few games, maybe even more impressive, back in the starting lineup tonight. Showed bunt, and it's a call strike. Well, this is a key moment here. If David could get on, Sweeney would be up there. And the third baseman Nunez deep that time, but did not bunt it. Tony LaRussa, Dave Duncan look on.
Cardinal outfield playing pretty deep for DeJesus. They want to make sure with 2 outs, every ball out their way stays in front of them. They'll give up a single. They don't want to give up a ball that's going to roll deep. And Gotay, who runs pretty well, give him an opportunity to score from first base.
Strike 1 the count here to David DeJesus. 2 out here. Royals down by 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Popped up. Should end the inning. Nunez. Near the lines. Over comes the shortstop, Eckstein, to make the catch. And the Royals strand only their 3rd runner of the night. But now it's getting late. They're down by a run. 6-5 St. Louis after 7. Cardinals by 1. We go to the 8th. This I-70 series concludes tomorrow afternoon at 1:10. The gates open at 11:30. The first 10,000 kids Get the limited editions 1985 20th Anniversary World Series pennants, replicas of the ones sold right after the 85 series. Plenty of seats still available tomorrow, so bring the kids out, grab a free pennant tomorrow afternoon here at Kauffman Stadium. We'll wrap up the homestand. Royals head to Texas and then to Orange County, play the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Well, now the assignment for the Royals, relief pitcher Mike Wood, is to prevent further scoring. Royals have 2 more chances. When you get these one-run games, you know they have Isringhausen for the 9th, so that 8th inning looms large. Now here is Mark Grudzielanek, the leadoff for St. Louis. Grudzielanek 1 out of 3. He'll be followed by Reggie Sanders and then John Mabry. Royals about hit the Redbirds 9-7, but the big blow, a 3-run home run by Larry Walker, put the Cardinals in front.
Cardinals an explosive team. They are first in the National League in runs scored. They're also tied for first in the National League in home runs hit. So they're an explosive club. Got to find a way to keep them in the park. Mike Wood got a couple ground balls when he first came in that 7th inning.
He found the strike zone right there, 3-1. Grudzielanek thinking along the lines of a 4-pitch walk. Instead, he's back in there, 3-1 the count. Now 3-2. Mike Wood got the final 2 outs of the 7th. Couple of ground balls. 2 good hitters, Pujols and Edmonds. Just got a little piece of that one. Cardinals have stranded 4 runners. The Royals have left just 3, but Royals, who had a 2-run lead early in the game, now trailed by 1.
It's only been 1-1-2-3 inning tonight. Morris had a 1-2-3-6.
Ball is hit down the line, but pulled foul and back into the crowd.
So both teams have come out swinging the bats pretty well. Royals might like to have Wood finish this ball game. Thoughts of putting him into the starting rotation. Thought he could give him 5 or 6.
Slow hit bouncer. Ian charges, bare hands, out at first. Big time play by the rookie third baseman. 1 out here in the inning.
Bob, that's the kind of play that will just open your eyes right there. Long way to go. He's playing deep. Watch how cleanly he picks this thing. I mean, on the run, high hop, and still gets a strong, accurate throw to get a speedy base runner. That is a major league play by a first-year player.
A good stretch over there by Sweeney to complete the deal. Now Reggie Sanders. And don't forget, that's a pretty good comeback by Mike Wood after being down 3-0. Tien with a brilliant play at third base. His first major league home run tonight. I would have an even better feel for him if the Royals can rally and win it. Sanders 0-1. And that ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sanders tonight hit by a pitch. His first time up. Since then, a couple of strikeouts. 1 facing the starter Lima, 1 facing Jaime Cerda. Now he's matched up against Mike Wood. Ball's belted down the line, but foul. We'll see you back here tomorrow with our next telecast here on RSTN. Jeff Suppan will be on the mound for the visitors, the former Royal. John Buck not in the lineup tonight. You'd suspect he might be in there tomorrow, so the Royals and Redbirds will wrap it up tomorrow. 1 o'clock for the telecast here on RSTN. And that pitch inside to Sanders. It evens the count at 2-2. There's Dana Suppan, Jeff's bride. She is a big-time fan.
Might not be a Royals fan tomorrow.
Well, or tonight, for that matter. What a run they had last year, all the way to the World Series. Mike Wood now sees another 3-2 count here to a Cardinal hitter. He was 3-2 at Grudzielanek and got him on a great play by Tien. Again, the payoff. Got him swinging for the third time in the game and facing three different Royal pitchers. Sanders a strikeout.
Strikes out the same way on Wood that he did his first time against Lima tonight. Get ahead in the count and get him to chase a breaking ball that's well out of the strike zone.
So 2 gone here in the inning. Wood has faced 4. He's retired all 4. Now he's got a tough left-handed batter. John Mabry. Mabry has 3 strikeouts on his scorecard tonight after his tremendous game here last night. The Royal pitching has notched some strikeouts in this game. Lima had 3. Serta in less than 2 innings had 4, and now 1 for Mike Wood. Lima left with the lead, but now the Royals trail by a run. 2 balls and a strike here. Pulled the string, 2-2.
Wood has not done a lot of that since he came over to the Royals in that trade midseason last year from the A's. Did throw a straight changeup, but didn't pull the string on the breaking ball all that often.
And for the 3rd consecutive batter, 3-2. Royals down by a run here in the top of the 8th. 2 outs for the Cardinals. Nobody on. And a call strike 3. And for the 4th time in the game, Mabry strikes out. So it's a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. Sweeney will lead off for the Royals in the bottom of the 8th.
5 Royals out hitting the Redbirds. And finally getting into that Cardinal bullpen. This is veteran right-hander Julian Taveras, who comes in relief of Matt Morris. Morris goes the first 7 innings tonight, charged with 5 runs, struck out 4, didn't walk anybody. Taveras filled in as closer for the Cardinals when Jason Isringhausen was on the disabled list for a couple weeks. Taveras, a veteran setup guy, 1-1 record, good earned run average 3.05. How about the strikeout to walk ratio? 17 strikeouts, just 4 walks for Taveras so far this year.
Taveras will be 32 years old tomorrow. He works here tonight, and with a 1-run lead, Sweeney, Scares, and Emil Brown due up in the bottom of the 8th. Sweeney 0 for 3 tonight, Scares 1 for 3, and Emil Brown nothing for 3. Well, Sweeney hasn't seen much of Taveras. He's 0 for 1 against him. Bob Schaefer wants to see a couple of runs here in this 8th inning. Mike with his 14-game hitting streak perhaps on the line right now, but more importantly, the Royals need a couple of runs to take the lead.
Taveras, like so many relief pitchers, is a ground ball pitcher, a sinker slider guy, also has a split finger pitch. He'll approach 90 miles an hour with his velocity.
So here we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Sweeney, you mentioned, struck out in the 5th. That was with a couple of guys on, 2 runs home and only 1 out. And Morris also got Matt Scares on strikes to prevent further scoring by the Royals. In fact, those are the last runs the Royals have scored in that 5th inning. So those were 2 huge strikeouts. 1-0 to Mike here in the bottom of the 8th. And a little flare up the line, but it's going to be in foul territory. Strike 1. Sweeney, a 14-game hitting streak. 9 home runs. He's driven in a run tonight. The ground ball, his 33rd run batted in on the year. A .324 average now with his 0 for 3 so far. Well inside, 2-1. 6-5 St. Louis.
Sweeney continues to do his best hitting this year with runners on in scoring position. So far this year, he's hit about 60 points higher with men in scoring position. I'd like to get himself in scoring position right now.
Sweeney thought it was outside. Instead, it's a call strike, 2-2.
You're going to get a borderline call against you. You don't want it on strike two. You want it early in the plate appearance, so as a hitter, you can make that adjustment. Say, okay, the strike zone's over there now. I need to be aware of that on the next pitch.
Now it's even at 2-2. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. He had 2 hits last night, a couple of doubles to extend the hitting streak. Let's have more activity. Mike McDougall was sensational, saving the game the other day against Baltimore. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sweeney, leading off the 8th. Back to the pitcher. Good play, and then a terrible throw, but fielded by Pujols for the out. So 1 gone.
Tavares made a nice play. Grudzielanek was probably going to get that ball anyhow if it had gotten over the pitcher's head. He was already quick to his right, was probably going to make the play near the bag, but unfortunately for Tavares right there, he threw that ball softly to first base, so it wasn't going to skip by Pujols. Threw it off the wrong foot. That's not how to do it, kids.
But it was effective. They got the out, and Sweeney a tough night, 0 for 4. Now the Royals down to their last 5 outs, trailing by 1 run after losing by a run here last night. That Stairs 1 for 3. He's 1 for 4 in the past against Tavares. Strike 1.
That's what you want Stairs doing. You want him selected for a pitch, something he can handle and maybe hit out of the ballpark in this situation. He's taken so many pitches early in plate appearances over the last week or 10 days. Running up pitch counts, but right now, forget about the pitch count. You need a run.
No balls and a strike. 0-2. Tavares had it in a good spot.
Home plate umpires just following that catcher around. If the pitcher comes close to hitting that target, he's probably going to get the call. Check out Molina. Maybe even off the outside corner, but hits him right square in the middle of the body.
Ball strike 3. 3 pitches, and Stairs down on strikes.
Terrific movement on that last pitch. Molina. Watch him slide inside. Really inside. Okay, we want inside. And watch this ball back up to get the inside corner.
Well, now 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Now they're going to talk about the next batter, Emil Brown.
Well, the thing they have to be concerned about is the home run ball right now. Tough to have a good inning going when you start with nobody on and 2 out. So eliminate the long ball right here, and you're probably in good shape if you're the Cardinals.
St. Louis won last night 7-6. Tonight they lead 6-5. Emil Brown, the batter here, with 2 out and nobody on. Set up outside again. 0-1. Emil Brown in nothing for 3. Ground out. Get into a double play. Called out on strikes. Way outside. 2-0. So finally a Royal hitter ahead in the count. Will he get something he can handle right here? 2-0. Wind blowing toward left field. Strike. 2-1.
Emil Brown's probably going to look for something he can pull. He'll have more pull power than he does have an opportunity to hit the ball the opposite way. Still ahead in the count. You can go ahead and be selective and wait on a pitch.
Check swing, foul ball. It's in on his hands, and now the count is even.
That's disappointing as a hitter. You just gave away a strike to that opposing pitcher and didn't even get a good swing at it.
Tavares, after missing badly with the first 2 pitches, sees the count even up on the check swing foul. Now the 2-2. 3-2. Left-handed batter would be due next if Brown can get on. And it's Long on deck. 3-2 here to Emil. Got him a swing in. The inning is over. Barris did his job in the 8th. As he sets it up for the 9th. Mike Wood heads back to the mound. Royals down by 1. 6-5 Cardinals. The bird of a different feather here at Kauffman Stadium. Royals have one more chance. Let's see if Mike Wood can get him here in the 9th. Royals down by 1. A 3-run, 7th inning home run by Larry Walker gave the Cardinals their first lead. And Royals have not scored since the 5th, and they played it a couple, but stranded 2 others. Strike 1 the count here to Nunez, leading off the 9th. Then it'll be Molina, followed by Eckstein.
Nunez has been a nice fill-in for the Cardinals the last couple ball games. Base hit and a run scored last night. Walked and scored a run tonight. And he's played the solid defense, picking up Roland, who's still on the disabled list out with that sprained shoulder. Don't ask those fill-in guys to win ball games for you, but you ask them to help keeping you from losing games. That means play the defense, try to get something going at the plate. Going to protect you a little bit, bat you in the lower third of the batting order. Looks like Nunez is really a solid backup.
Now it's 2-2. Speaking of injured shoulders, I understand Vladimir Guerrero did not play for the Angels today in their game with the Dodgers. He jammed a shoulder in their ball game last night. And there's a punch out of Nunez. Out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Well, let's check out our Stat Track, sponsored by your local Toyota dealers. Check out any of Toyota's 17 models at buyatoyota.com. There's the man that's driven in 4 runs today. All-time interleague. How about the number 1 batting average, number 1 slugging percentage for Mr. Larry Walker? And he didn't harm that tonight with a double and a 3-run homer. Now here is Yadier Molina.
Bob, you know the hitters don't like the strike zone when you see a lot of called strikeouts. Right? Cardinals have had 3 punch-outs tonight called by the home plate umpire, not swinging. The Royals have been punched out 4 times by the home plate umpire. That's a whole lot in the course of a 9-inning game.
Ball hit sharply, but gloved by Baroa. And out at first by a wide margin is Molina. 2 gone here in the 9th. You can keep up to date on the latest Royals news at kcroyals.com. Game tickets, Royals merchandise, highlights, and more 24 hours a day. Log on to kcroyals.com, and also remember to sign up for the Royals Report, the official e-newsletter of the Kansas City Royals. We're in the 9th inning, and guess who's warming up in the pen for the Cardinals?
It's one of those roles you don't even have to look out there. You hear the ball pounding away in the glove. You know who's getting loose to pitch the 9th.
Ringhausen closed it out last night for the Redbirds. Here's Eckstein. Eckstein got a hit his last time up, and he came around to score on the big 3-run homer by Larry Walker. All strike there, 2-1.
Mike Wood has in a position to have a perfect relief outing tonight. Facing his 8th batter. He's retired the first 7.
Line drive to Tien. The inning is over. Well, he did get him in order, all 8 men he faced. But now the Royals come up needing a run to keep the ball game going. 6-5, and if they're to rally, they'll have to do it against one of the better closers in Major League Baseball.
Cardinals covered his injury pretty well. They held on to their lead in their National League Central Division, but they feel a whole lot more comfortable with Jason Isringhausen back as their closer. He picked up 2 saves in the first series back since coming off the disabled list. Did that against the Philadelphia Phillies. Saved a ball game here last night. This is his 15th game overall. Look at the earned run average. Microscopic at .73. Isringhausen primarily a 2-pitch guy. Fastball and a power curveball. When he is right, that curveball is the most devastating pitch that he has. Royals down to their final shot.
St. Louis looking for another 1-run victory here in this series. Last night they led all the way. Tonight they didn't lead until the 7th. So Isringhausen set to face a couple of left-handed batters. Terrence Long, Mark Tian, and then Alberto Castillo due up. 6-5 St. Louis. Isringhausen. The umpire takes a look at the ball. Now Isringhausen set to go to work.
Now going into last night, and you say the Cardinals having a great year. They're probably doing great in one-run games. They were 7-7 before last night's game, so 8-7 now, and 5-3 in games decided by 2 runs.
Ball 1 to Terrence Long. Long tonight, nothing for 3s. Fouled out and twice grounded out. And a little chopper. Easy play for the second baseman, Grudzelanic. 1 gone. Well, it's time for our Midwest Ford dealers plays of the game as Mark Tian comes up. He's had quite a night for the Royals.
Matt Morris started out by pitching him inside. That was his first time up tonight in the 2nd inning, and he responded with a line drive home run, his first major league home run, and then tested defensively this evening. Makes this play as well as anybody in baseball right now. Charging and throwing to first base to get Grudzelanic, and then final out of the ball game, that line drive to third off the bat of Eckstein.
So 1 gone here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's Tian. And a chopper to the shortstop, and Eckstein guns him down. 2 ground ball outs. Now Castillo due up, but a pinch hitter has come out. Royals will send another young player up there. Matt Diaz will come out as a pinch hitter. Royals' last hope.
That's an indication that Ken Harvey's still not ready to play, or you probably see Harvey in this situation. More experience than Diaz. Diaz has had more recent playing time.
There's Harvey in the dugout. Diaz, 8 hits, 33 at bats. Now they're going to talk about the young right-handed batter, Dave Duncan, out there.
Yeah, this is just about strategy right here. You know Isringhausen is going to be the guy. This is his game to save right now. Duncan will go over the scouting report, everything they need to know about Diaz. Cardinals have not seen much of him.
Six to 5 St. Louis. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 9th. Isringhausen, if you're wondering, has not given up a home run this year. Bouncer foul, 0-1 to Diaz. Florida State product. Two close, hard-fought ball games, but unless the Royals can do something here with 2 out in the 9th, it'll be 2 one-run losses. And a line drive caught by the second baseman, and the ball game is over. And the Royals, after the 2-run 5th inning, strand a pair of runners in that inning and then generate nothing offensively the rest of the ball game. And the Cardinals, after winning last night 7-6, win tonight's ball game 6-5.
Royals got off to a good start tonight, had the support of Lima. Lima was impressive, really locked in and focused for his performance here this evening, gave his team a chance to win it. Cardinals better down the stretch here this evening. Got off to a quick start last night. Good finish for the Redbirds today.
So it's 6-5. St. Louis winning the first 2 games of the series. We'll be back to wrap it up here at Kauffman Stadium right after you take a look at this. 7-6 last night. The Cardinals win the big blow, the grand slam home run by John Mabry. Now tonight, maybe even more frustrating because the Royals led until the 7th inning, but then a big 3-run home run, this time with the veteran Larry Walker, spells the difference.
Well, and tomorrow the Royals will go into a ball game for the 5th time this month, hoping to avoid a sweep. They got swept by the White Sox. They got swept by the Blue Jays. A couple times they've won that final game at Baltimore and against Baltimore earlier on this homestand. So the Royals once again hope to avoid a sweep. They can win the finale here tomorrow afternoon.
And that will be our next telecast here on RSTN tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And it'll be Ryan Jensen up in the minor leagues to pitch for the Royals against the former Royal Jeff Suppan for the Cardinals, who will be bidding for a sweep of the series. St. Louis with a 3-run home run in the 7th inning by Larry Walker. They come from 2 down to a 1-run lead, and they ride it on out. Good relief pitching from Tavares and also Isringhausen to close out the ball game. Royals out-hit them, but came up short for the final score of 6-5. St. Louis. Hope you can make it out here tomorrow for the wrap-up game of the homestand. It's a 1:10 start, and we'll see you from Arlington on Tuesday night as the Royals play the Texas Rangers. 6-5. The Cardinals win it here this evening. For Paul Splittor, this is Bob Davis saying good night.